Acheson Artist Legacy.
Welcome to part 2 of how to paint this painting. It's an acrylic painting on stretch linen canvas. Size is 40 by 50 centimeters. All right, let's go. Okay, welcome back to part 2. So we'll now come in with a lovely looking red with the thicker 40 millimeter brush, bristle brush. It's a stiff brush, stiff bristles. And we're on the side, working in this area. It's very bright, that color. It looks great. On top of beside that blue. What a great combo that is. Very sporty. Summery. Gives me a good feeling. So the painting's changed somewhat here. We have a little bit of orange in the bottom, which we're now covering with a little bit of that colorful red. Using a big putty knife, a 4-inch, using it to paint some lines, using the hard edge there. Remove some of the center section of the red to reveal the element underneath that was etched in charcoal, adding some blue with a 30 millimeter stiff bristled brush. It's a phthalo blue, dark blue. Cover that element with the blue now. I hold the paint up to the canvas just to see exactly how it's going to look beside the other paints that it may go on to. Adding it now here and there. A little bit of that yellow throughout the canvas now. Slightly different tint. I like to mix it up. Different brush strokes, different lines, different elements, different colors, of course. Incorporating a look of action and of course life. Of course showing some life in the painting. For example, I like this quote by Robert Townsend. He said, "Just keep doing the work. You are here to do a job. You do the job, and as you go, rather than looking for the muse by just sitting and waiting for it, you do the work and the muse will come to you." The whole thing is all about not making a pretty painting, but making something that's celebrating life. Great words. So that's what it's about with this abstract painting. I don't have a plan when I'm doing it. I'm not waiting for the muse to occur. I put the paint down. I keep adding and removing, and the muse will come to you. Just keep working at it. Try to improve it. A different style of painting abstract is versus photography, for example. If you want a perfect picture, a perfect representation of something, well, take a picture. Wow, that was painted. That doesn't matter. You can take a picture of it. I prefer something more abstract. Nothing so defined and nothing so perfect. We aren't perfect. I like that feeling that I get when I look at an abstract painting. full of action. You can interpret it the way you would like. It looks really interesting. Hung on the wall in the living room or the den. So here we're now adding some green. Speaking of life, like vegetation. It's very hot in the summer here. I'm in Shanghai, so the temperatures are the end of July here, and it's been a hot summer. And so, hence the summery colors, full of life. It's a great time of year.
I was just doing my job.
Every single night. And I'd take drugs, every drug. It was there, I took it.
But it was no big deal.
So, the orange, where is it going to fit in here? I feel it needs some orange. More orange. So we'll cover up that section there, take away the dark contrasting color there of the black, cover it up with the orange again. Back and forth. Stand back from your painting sometimes to see how it's coming together. Sometimes when you're up too close, you get lost. Stand back, you get a better view of how it's coming together. Using the thicker 40mm brush now again. Adding some white, some titanium white, and removing a little. It seems a little flat in the back here, so I'm going to... I seem to want to connect this white element in the middle. So I've made it connect with the white off to the side, giving it some depth to make it look like it's coming from from behind and then emerging out, swooshing in front. The dark phthalo blue with a thicker brush, continuing that element down the side here. The psychology of color. It's always a feeling you're getting from the color when you're putting it on the canvas in the abstract. How does it feel next to the other colors? Does it fit in? Not so much a thinking process. I'm blending that edge a little bit with the blue. Move to the palette knife with the yellow. Working on the side. I think at this stage I am favoring this orientation, this placement of the canvas in the portrait stance. It's quite a hot look with the yellow and the orange, of course. Think of fire, the color of fire. That's quite a hot combination. Now this element in the bottom left, I'm using some of the charcoal, piece of charcoal, adding some lines there. Seeing what I can do with that white section, that swoosh that goes in front. It has a bit of a snake mouth look to it. Not entirely happy with the feeling from that white. So I might do something with that later. Adding some blue, lighter blue here. A lighter tint of the cyan blue. Adding some white. Now we've got the thicker 40mm brush here with this medium tint at the top. Adding some of the same blue towards the middle here. A little balance, following this shape. Trying it out. Fix it a little bit. Adding and removing. You can put your finger in the middle of the rag, the wet rag, and you can point that removing, that eraser to help you. You could actually put a paintbrush, the head of the paintbrush, the stick there in the wet rag, and also become even more detailed with the removal of some of the paint. So don't be afraid of making a mistake. You can erase. So long as it remains wet, you can erase this paint with the wet rag. Soften it up, mixing some of the blue with more white there and some yellow. It's almost a turquoise color there. It's nice color. I like this quote by Stephen Wiltshire. He's an autistic painter, brilliant at doing buildings, architectural drawings. You should check him out. I like his quote. He says, "I'm still an artist and also working. keeps on working and might make it even better. That's the whole thing here with this painting that I'm doing. I just keep trying to make it better. You start it, and you don't give up. You just keep at it, editing here, fixing there. And before you know it, you're getting somewhere, and you're making it better. Still not sure what I'm working towards here with this painting. But I do like this orientation. The color combinations. Full of life and action. That's interesting to me. And I hope the viewer feels the same way. So I'm revealing some of that white again after having covered it up just to see how it would look. Adding some more of a greeny, a little bit of a green on top of that turquoise color. It's a bit of a transparent yellow, a light yellow. How does that look? Of course it's going to look a little green, going on some of the still wet blue. That's why I erased it though, it didn't look quite right. Flip it on its side. And flip it again. Some last calls for some different orientations to see what's going to be the best position for the canvas. Copying that stroke with the blue. And flip it back. And bring in some yellow again. I feel it needs yellow in the same section there. So we'll lay it down a little thicker. You can see how that's more transparent, right? So we have transparent, semi-opaque, and opaque. Meaning see-through, kind of see-through, and then something that's not very see-through at all. So the coverage is different for each of the types of paints. This one here is a little more transparent. You can lay it thick, but of course it might need a couple coats to fully cover any underlying colors. Finishing off with this yellow here. And that should do it.
And that concludes part 2 of how to paint this abstract painting. Join me for part 3 using the link below. Remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. Feel free to leave a comment below. And please visit my gallery shop for this painting and more at my website at the link below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.